Welcome to our English learning channel. Daily podcasts at 7 p.m. Improve your listening skills with us.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Marcus, and sitting right across from me is the brilliant Layla. And today we are getting into something that I think every single person listening needs to hear right now.
And that topic is never giving up, even on the hard days. Not the easy days when motivation is flowing, the hard days. The ones where you wake up exhausted and wonder why you even started.
Exactly. And look, we've both been there. This isn't theoretical. So let's just be honest from the jump and talk about what not giving up actually looks like when life gets heavy.
You know what's funny? People think never give up means you're always pushing at full speed, always positive, always fired up. But I think that image actually hurts people because real perseverance, it's quiet, it's messy. Sometimes it just looks like getting out of bed.
That's so true. I remember this one period, maybe 2 years ago, where I was working on a project that just wasn't moving. I was doing everything right on paper, but nothing was clicking. And every morning I'd sit down and feel this wall of nothing. No energy, no excitement, just dread.
How did you get through that?
Thoughtful pause. Honestly, I stopped trying to feel motivated and just committed to showing up, even if I only did 20 minutes of work. Even if that work was terrible, I told myself, just don't quit today, just today. And somehow, day after day of just today turned into months, and eventually things shifted.
That's actually what research supports. There's this concept of identity-based habits, where instead of chasing the results, you focus on who you're becoming. You say, I'm a person who shows up, not I need to finish this project. That small shift in thinking is powerful.
So it's about self-image, about believing you're the kind of person who keeps going, even when it's hard.
Exactly, because motivation is a feeling, and feelings come and go. But identity, your sense of who you are, that's much more stable. If you believe I'm someone who doesn't quit, then quitting feels wrong. It feels like betraying yourself. That's a much stronger driver than just feeling pumped up.
Okay, but let's be fair here. Sometimes quitting is the right call, right? Like, not every path is worth continuing. How do you know the difference between a hard day and a wrong direction?
That's such a real question. I think the key is asking yourself, am I struggling because this is genuinely not right for me? Or am I struggling because growth is uncomfortable? Those feel the same in the moment, but they're completely different situations.
That's a great distinction. Like running away from fear versus walking away from something that genuinely doesn't align with your values or your health. One is quitting. The other is wisdom.
Right. And I'd say give it time before you decide. Most people want to quit during the hardest part, which is also the part right before breakthrough. If you've been at something for 2 weeks and every day is hard, that might just be the learning curve. But if months go by and your gut keeps saying, this isn't it, listen to that too.
Okay, let's get practical. For someone listening right now who's in the middle of a really hard stretch, what do they actually do today? What's one thing?
Write down your why. Not just, I want to succeed. That's too vague.
I mean the deep why.
Why does this matter to you? Who are you doing this for? What does your life look like in 5 years if you keep going versus if you stop? Make it real, make it personal, and put it somewhere you'll see it every single morning.
Mine is shrinking the target. On a hard day, I don't ask myself to do everything. I pick one tiny thing, one email, one page, one phone call, and I make that the whole win for the day. You feel like you're drowning? Just swim one stroke. That's it. One stroke is enough to keep you in the water.
I love that image. One stroke. And here's mine. On hard days, I call someone who believes in me more than I believe in myself in that moment. Not to complain, just to hear their voice and remember that someone out there sees what I'm building and thinks it's worth finishing.
You know who I always think about on hard days? My grandfather. He came to this country with nothing, literally nothing. No language, no money, no connections, and people kept telling him to just take the easy job, settle down, stop dreaming so big. He didn't. It took him 15 years. 15 years of grinding, but he built something real. And every time I want to stop, I think, he didn't quit. Why would I?
That gave me chills. And that's the power of having a story. Not just a goal, a story. Goals are about outcomes. Stories are about who you are and where you come from. When you attach your perseverance to a story that's bigger than you, it's so much harder to let go.
So before we wrap, if someone is in a dark place right now, feeling like they've given everything and still haven't seen results, what do you want to say to them directly?
I want to say, your hard days are not evidence that you're failing. They're evidence that you're doing something that matters. Easy things don't require this much of you. The fact that it's hard means it's real and it's worth it. You don't have to feel brave. You just have to take one more step. That's all. One more step today.
That's it. That's the whole thing. Hard days are not stop signs. They're checkpoints. They're asking you, how much do you want this? And every time you keep going, you answer that question. So to everyone listening, thank you for being here. Thank you for wanting more for yourselves, and we'll see you in the next one. Don't stop.
Take care of yourselves, everyone, and remember, one stroke at a time.